Welcome along to the show and a look at NBL action on the court that included a double-header win for the zero-fee Southland Sharks. Pohanari's wrap on those matches shortly. Elsewhere, the Rangers continue to throw in the odd upset, this time over the Saints in a high-scoring affair, though the Wellington side was able to bounce back with a win over the Nuggets on the road. The Rangers going on to win 2 from 2 in the weekend with a comprehensive victory over the Rams. The Pistons picked up the only home win in the entire round when they subdued the Giants.
Well, Paul, take us through. Let's deal with the last few days. What were your thoughts initially when elation at winning the game and then that news?
Yeah, such an extreme high from the game. Coming from 30 points down in the third quarter, coming back to win. Don't know if that's ever happened in our competition before, for sure. Just a hell of an effort from everyone involved, and everyone was in good spirits, and then to an extreme low by less than 12 hours later. So it's been tough ever since. It's been a tough few days, but we're working our way through it as a club, as an organisation, as a team, just trying to move forward as best we can, and I guess sort of patch up what needs to be patched up along the way with our actions and with what we do moving forward.
Tremendous pressure on you though as coach.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a tough few days, limited sleep, and probably one of the most hurtful things is the amount of people that it affects. My wife and daughter are affected by. My daughter's affected by how I am and my moods at home and how my emotions are, and it has an effect on her, and my wife's affected by things that she reads in papers and things that are said about yourself and about people that we care for. So and it's just on a small scale of the number of people that are affected. So yeah, it's been tough, it's been difficult, but as they say, there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's very dim light right now, but we're moving towards it and doing what we can to move forward.
And especially with the Gareth Dawson revelations as well, it only compounded the issue, really, didn't it? Yeah,
that one is just, again, one of those unfortunate timing. We'd obviously been aware of that for a number of weeks since he was stood down. It was a New Zealand Sports Tribunal issue, I think, where the suspension came from, but it was also a confidential issue. So in one respect, he's suspended, but we can't say why because of the confidentiality. So we kind of knew, it was about to come up, officially. But like I said, it's just uncanny timing that Monday was the day that decided to pop up as well.
Let's talk about those games. It was a great win against the Pistons, and as you mentioned, the following game against Taranaki. Have you had a chance to have a look at the games themselves, or too distracted at the moment?
Yeah, Pistons, just a really solid win all around. We were sort of right with them in the first quarter. I think we were tired. We blew the game open in the second quarter. One of our best quarters of the season. And then, we played solid enough basketball to get the win. And then a couple of nights later to get that win in Taranaki. Anytime you can go on the road and you try and win one out of two at the least. So when you can pick up two, that's a good effort. But yeah, in terms of evaluating and planning moving forward, I haven't really done anything to tell you the truth, because of everything that's happened. Just trying to sort through those issues, and the lucky thing is that we do have a few days to prepare for Taranaki again. It's probably a good thing that we did play them last, because the plays and the players will be fresh in the team in our minds. But I'll have a good couple of days to really prepare and sink my teeth into coming up with a grand master plan to see if we can get a win.
You'll be digging deep into the roster, won't you? Are you thinking about bringing others in to include in the side this weekend?
We're definitely trying to explore all our possibilities in terms of what players are available in Southland, around the country. We're obviously pretty limited in financially and in terms of short notice about what we can do. especially for this week with such short notice. But we'll explore all those options. I've had a conversation with Dan Peck, who's obviously been with the Sharks for the last few years and done a great job for us, and he's living and working here in Invercargill. But one of the reasons why I decided not to play this year was because of his family and work commitments. So it's a big ask, but he has expressed his interest in wanting to help the club in a time of need. So that's just a process that I'm going to have to go through with Dan, and he's going to have to go through with his family to, because while we'd love for him to help out, we don't want to put any extra pressures on him and his family in terms of his commitments.
I think when we first spoke a couple of years ago, when you first assumed the role here, you definitely said your playing days were over. Could we expect to see you make an appearance for a few minutes on Sunday? You wouldn't rule it out?
I wouldn't rule it out. Just because of the fact that we're literally down to 8 players on our roster. If there's any injuries this week in training, if there's foul trouble during the game, we're going to need some able bodies to be able to go. I'm not sure if I'm an able body at this stage of my career, but I feel like if needed, I might be able to put a few minutes in and help out on the court. I've spoken to some of the senior players and the rest of the team about the possibility of playing, and they're all supportive of it. As a team, we want to win, and we want to do whatever it takes to try and win, not just for the sake of winning, but to show our faith that we have in the club and the organisation and the community, that we're doing everything possible to turn things around.
Yes, you mentioned those senior players, certainly Kevin Braswell and Brian Conklin. They will be key, won't they? And how are they feeling at the moment? Are you seeing great motivation there? Those guys are,
they're up for a challenge, and they do have a sort of a steely resolve about them, and I can see it in their eyes that they're up for this challenge this week. I consider them, two of the best, if not, the 2 best players in the competition. We also have Luke Martin, who's, just such an experienced and veteran player who can, I know he can do more than what he's done this year on the court. James Parenatai, who's had his opportunities the last couple of weeks since Gareth has been out. He's going to get more opportunities. So, we have enough bodies to put around Braswell and Conklin to come up with a good showing and one that we can really go out and try and target this game.
For those thinking of going on Sunday, of course, you're saying there will be a good fight put up by the Sharks.
Oh yeah, I can guarantee you that we'll be doing everything in our power to get the result that everybody wants, and I'm confident. It's going to be hard. It's definitely not going to be easy, but everyone involved is up for the challenge on Sunday. A
true test for the whole outfit, really, hasn't it been this last week? And I mean, the truth will be in the telling in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we've been tested, and one of the things that we can sort of show or repay the community and the public and our supporters is by our actions, and as a basketball team, our actions are what we do on the court for the most part, on top of the stuff we do in the community as well. So looking forward to the challenge, and the rest of the group are as well.
No games for the Hawks as others playing catch-up matches try to make inroads into their lead, but not topple them. The Sharks still in the top 4 with games in hand over their closest chaser in the Pistons. The Nuggets' form has fallen away dramatically along with their ladder position, but quite the reverse for the youthful Rangers, now 4-7 and heading onward and upward.